Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you all day on a beautiful Sunday fun day here. 58 minutes to first post at 12:20. A fast main track, a firm turf course at Topeka as well. You can see the infield. Lake 2, we're inching ever closer to the championship meet on Thanksgiving Day this year, 11:28, but still some heavy lifting before we get there. And a Rainbow 6 that's growing pretty quickly.
Yep, it is. And there were no tickets allowed.
Oh, that's right. The last two races, there were no tickets allowed.
Yeah, I mean, it was not easy yesterday, and we said it, but that means today we've got a nice, healthy pool, 150 estimate. They fired away. More importantly, they fired away in the early pick 5 yesterday, Brian.
Yeah, big number on the Rainbow. 81's a carryover. $150 is the guesstimate estimate up there. And, almost $200,000 in the early pick 5 yesterday. The pools have been very healthy. They will be so again today, and I've got that ticket. 11 race card today. Let's take a look at my early 5 ticket, the TT Pick 3 later on as well. It's good to have that back on a $48 early 5, and you can see 3 deep there. I got a single in race 2. That is my best bet, and that's Royal Act for the Lewinsky's and Powder Pop. In race number 3, the top pick is the 8 Sticky McSchnickens. And then in race number 4, I've got the 4 Hello Beauty, a good one there on the turf, a maiden special weight. I think the firsters can play there, and that's what I did 1-2. And in race number 5, I've got the 10 Volkert, because that's where the dart landed in that one. That is a tough, tricky Topeka race. Early pick 5, $48 for me. And started off in the opener here, mile and a 16th. Very few scratches on the card.
Yeah, but of course every single one of them affected me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think there's literally 5 of them on the card. I don't know. Darren Gagne's upstairs for one last day. He's doing a great job, as he did last year, and we appreciate it. Subbing for Pete. I think Gabe Pruitt's coming in next week, and of course Pete will be back for the championship meet when everything comes together, and we're looking forward to that. Okay, back to the opener, though. 12-5 maiden claimers here. These are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Well, here's a big scratch. The 5 Harmony Abaria, who is my top pick as well. This is the biggest Kias, is that a word? Scratch on the card. So do you scratch into the 3?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool Tricks. This filly, she gave it up last time after setting very slow fractions, let's be honest. But today, as far as if this field goes, and you're going to get Elijah Greenidge, you're going to keep him in the saddle, which is a good sign with Rohan. She just feels like the one now.
2 for Elijah yesterday, I think. Yeah, good job by him. Good to see him back after missed some time to some injury, so he's doing his thing. Good young rider for sure. I scratch into the 4 Raina Mar, who, my goodness, if it's not today, I don't know when it's going to be. I know your pick certainly figures. She was evens last time. She was 3-1 the time before, beating a nose, beating a half length in second, so she's got a big chance for the Parbu barn. And then certainly Did I Dazzle You. I mean, stretching out. Hey, listen, the 2 horses we picked are no great shakes. If you want to improve stretching out like Did I Dazzle You, not without possibility.
Right, correct.
Early pick 4 in race number 2. I've got that ticket because Samantha's on the TT. Pick 3 today. I'll tweet it out. It's just a run back. We'll go a flat 1-turn mile here. 3-year-olds and up. The tag is 62.50. It's a clean race, and we are both on the same top pick. Royal Act. Looks like after summering out there in Del Mar that the Walensky's sometimes do, and Kent Sweezy had this one as well out there back with some friends today, even though he's never run here.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good sign. That race at Del Mar was not great at all for the 12-5 level. But the thing is this race is not great for the 62.50 level. Powder Pop has given some horses to Sam Lewinsky in the Walensky's, and that's a great sign because they're winning.
They're sharp horsemen.
Yeah.
That's a statement of fact. They also work their horses fast in the morning. And it certainly looks like Royal Act has stretched his legs out pretty darn well in the morning. Trapezoid I made Trapezoid favored on the morning line, 7-5, 8-5. He just ran off the screen 2 starts back at this level.
Yeah, he did. And now he'll get back to the level. So can he bring it back again? I don't know. These lower level claimers, they're hard to trust to come back to big efforts.
Well, that's fair. It was also, off the claim for Delgado. Boldness is going to run his race. We know that. He's a cool old dude. He's going to run a 71. He's going to run a 72 or, 14 or 15 on the sheets.
Yeah.
But, he's got 5 lengths to make up on trapezoid. And he got Royal Acton,
exactly.
too.
That's tough.
So that's a tough one for him today. Race number 3, back on the Tapeta. We'll sprint this time. 5 furlongs here in a $35,000 maiden optional claimer. And actually, now that I say that out loud, this might be the first time. I don't remember this condition for a while. Maybe back to the championship meet.
Yeah, maybe.
So just take note of that. The Florida Breds don't have to be in for the tag when we run this maiden optional claimer in here. And you've got the 6. It's a clean race, 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. I played Macor last time, and my goodness, he was not good. So,
no, but again, it's good.
I get it.
Yeah, it's just one of these things where on the Tapeta, sometimes they run a good race, sometimes they run a not so great race. Doesn't matter the level. 5.5 doesn't make a difference. This is a good post today.
Yeah.
Edgar Perez will get aboard. Maybe we can get something worked out.
Yeah, I he might be a little dressed up with big figures and races where he really was never close to winning.
Yeah.
But, we give him one more chance today. I've got nothing too clever. Sticky McShickens, you got Paco. They're going to bet him. He'll be an underlaid price. We haven't seen him since March. But, boy, who's he got to be scared of in
That's
here?
true.
Right?
But my last note on him when he sprinted, now that was for main optional claimers 50,000, was not a sprinter. But
okay. Maybe a starting off point?
Maybe this is a good starting off point, but also maybe this is a field that he just is intrinsically a better horse than.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Paco's ridden him twice, and he put some speed into him in his second lifetime start. Mohawk River, I guess, is the horse to beat on the maiden special weight drop. He didn't run poorly on the Tapeta.
No, he didn't. But again, it's like was that race really that strong, even though it was a main special weight? Yeah, I don't think so.
No, not at all. And each time he runs, it seems like he gets further and further away from the big run off the claim for Jose Pinchin. So let's see what we get today. It remains to be seen. Race number 4 is on the turf. The rails are at 66 feet today. It's a maiden special weight. 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares, will go a mile on a firm turf course. It's clear, it's difficult, and it kicks off the TT Pick 3.
Yep.
You did a video, too.
I did a video. It's out online. I'm sure we'll run it throughout the day as well. But we'll take a look at my ticket here. It's This is tough today. I'm not going to lie. I singled right off the bat here in race number 4. Race 8, I am spreading in. I feel like this could be a problem race, but I do have the 8 on top, take care of business. Race number 11, the finale, and what is a really good finale. My long shot is the number 6, Cruising. Scratched last week when it was rained off the grass, now in this week. Love to see it. $36.
Oh, yeah, that's a big number on him, so we'll see.
No.
I think there's a couple potentially vulnerable, at least morning line favorites in there. All right, let's get back to this one because this is difficult. You're going to single here? You're going to single Restless Dreamer? I mean, he makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hey,
First time for Kelly Green.
Exactly, and this might be, maybe I'll use Ron's words, of like a sucker horse a little bit. But here's the thing. I don't pay attention to the figures or the Churchill Downs turf course because I feel like some horses love it or some hate it, especially earlier in the year. But the figures are just better than this group, and this is a group that is not great by any means. So if she just shows a step of talent that she did. I know it's a trainer switch, but she's had some time in the Kelly Breen barn, which I like.
Yeah, let's take a look at a stat with Kelly as well, because he's taken over from Chad Brown. They didn't really bet this horse in either start at Churchill for Chad. I don't want to say that's the B team there, but I don't think that is the A team when he's going to run him there. But here's Kelly, 19%, nothing wrong with that, and he's got his guy Paco.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. I'll take my chances with that because I felt like that this is a race to me where you can use it to leverage the other two turf races.
So she's 5-2, the favorite on the morning line. If they don't bet the 3 and they don't bet the 4, she's probably going to be a lot shorter than that. But as I hinted at in my early pick 5, you can see what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
2 first-time starters, which you have one of the 2 in here. Hello Beauty, she is out of the Danehill dancer mare Maximova, who was very good for Christophe Clement, a New York bred back in the day. Jack Sisterson, a very strong 22%. He reaches out for a little weight allowance allowance with Mika Husbands as well. I would assume this horse is going to be very live. She's got a big work at Palm Meadows, albeit on the main track, to come in. We'll see what we get today.
Yeah.
Talk about flashy motor, though. The Cassie Barber firster, who we've got some AM activity from. She's got a nice pedigree, too. Can do a nice one.
Yeah, she is our flash drive, who was a graded stakes winner at Woodbine on sprinting on the tap and turf. But, yeah, we'll pull up a morning workout. I think this is a good thing to see. Now, she's doing it, I believe this is a solo work for her. Yeah, it is. And she did this really easy. And I remember I texted you about this week. When you watch these Tapeta works, they can be very deceiving. This is, you see the time there, and it looks like she's just cruising around very easily, and she is. She's a big, strong, good-looking filly. I definitely like her a lot better than the other Mark Casse runners we saw yesterday and Friday, but she's just in a handhold, which is good. And she never lets this horse really get too close. This was company she wasn't supposed to pick up, obviously, but look at the rider. When I always say, this is how you want to see him work, this is it. You don't want to see a 46-3 driving. You want to see that.
Yeah, and she's under a stranglehold there. Very athletic, good mover, a daughter of Omaha Beach. We mentioned the pedigree.
Yeah.
Both of these horses are supposed to be live and taking money. If they're not, especially in a field like this, it's not a good sign. Because while Restless Dreamer is the horse to beat, nobody's going to be scared of her, 70 buyers and 16s that she's going to throw out there. So let's go one more here before the break, and then it's Rainbow time. Ronnie's not with us today, but he's got tickets and all that good stuff and his updates, and he tweeted out his stuff. So we'll talk about his Rainbow in a second, but let's just do one more here for the break. 5 on the Tapeta in race number 5, $10,000 claimers. 3-year-olds and up. Scratch bug here to the 1 undelay. The 3, no deliberation. That's the big one. And the 11, Lucago is out. And same horse for both of us, Volkert, who's not going to be 6-1 anymore, unfortunately, with the scratch.
No, but it's funny we land on the same horse because this is a race where I think we're trying to stay away. The gang is all here.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that's all it is. And this is a big drop in class. The Tapeta races, 5 for 6 on the Tapeta. I was doing that math in my head. Woo,
good job.
That was scary. Yeah,
wow.
It was very hard to do under pressure. But, what do you supposed to be afraid of in this race?
Good races for Nick Palmer. This is a pretty good group. I don't really know where the form was. That was a really bad race at Aqueduct last time, off such a good race at Monmouth. But we have proven Tapeta form. Probably going to be slashed that price possibly in half, but what remains to be seen by post time. Okay, the North Remembers, who you picked last time. You should win I know you should win a new car for getting him home. And also Science is in here, who ran second. Lucago is out, but we'll show you the race because the North Remembers did run very good. He finally broke the door down.
Finally, yeah. It was about time. And he's his own worst enemy because he comes from way out the back, and that's not where you want to be. Science ran huge.
He really did.
Here. That was really impressive. And Edgar Zayas put this horse in a really good spot, too, just the whole time. And we didn't know nobody knew what to do with Science. He was 30-1, but obviously he liked the Tapeta quite a bit. You see the difference here. The North Remembers is on the outside. Science is on the inside. You see the wheels spinning, but Science isn't going any faster, and the North Remembers just cruised on by. But you got to tip your hat a little bit to Science there.
Here's the thing that's a big problem for the North Remembers. That was 5.5.
And he needs every bit of that, exactly.
And they're going 5 today. It's not a good post, and he's going to really have to hustle and really be in the race early. Science ran big. You just saw it. First time for Ben Trask. I put Fast Fixer. Fast Fixer, you have to dig a little bit. Has got good Tapeta form for Melanie Giddings.
And has speed.
And has speed for Sean Bridgman. Gepard is somehow, back in form. You get good luck guessing with him. He takes a huge class drop, though. He's got speed. We're all over the place.
And then
Grimes
heals the soul.
And heals the soul with had a trip and a half last time.
Yep, I couldn't show the whole thing.
Right,
but
we would have literally had to show the whole thing.
Yep.
If he feels like being himself, he could be good too. We'll have to monitor him because he
can be a problem horse.
Big old problem child. So 5 down, 6 to go. We've got the Rainbow coming back, $150 in the estimated pool. Stay tuned. Ron's got the ticket when we come back.
Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Ron is off today, but he took care of all his business and his tickets and his updates. I saw him tweet it out, and he's got the rainbow, 150 in the estimated jackpot. They didn't even get to race 10 yesterday. Yeah. There were no tickets left as we got to race 10. It was very, very difficult. $150,000 in the estimated jackpot today. Let's take a look at Ronnie's updated ticket at 38.40. He hit it Friday. I did not hit it yesterday. I know that.
No, but exactly, yeah. If he would, we probably wouldn't see him at all. Race 7, he's just using 2 horses. Pramato looks tough, as well as Always True. Race number 8, that's a tough one on the turf. He's using Chaplin. That's a big price in the 11, if not for luck. Race number 9, 3 deep for him. Noble Sky's a big player. He's got Light Forever. He's got some prices today. And Sergeant Bajent Man, I'm going to go with that. At race 10, he's got a 2x2 late double. Please don't play that. But race 10, the 3 hours for sure with Paco Lopez, Carlos David. That horse looks pretty tough in there. And then the finale, that's another, could be a get-out race. He also has Paco Lopez. I do want to note, Friday, Paco Lopez took the late double yesterday. Yesterday he took the late pick 3. Was that it? I think, or it was the last 2 days he's taken the last 2 races.
Yeah,
I'll say that
he has been quite good, and the betting public has come along for the ride, no doubt about that. All right, let's get into it because it's a tricky one to start. These are state-bred maiden special weights here. 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs in here, and we're going to show Classy Chatterbox. If she can run, and I'm going to assume she can run, she's going to win.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yes.
I haven't seen this now, but you talk about it.
Well, look at who she's working with.
Yeah.
That outside of her is Charlie's Wish, who is a stakes winner on the dirt, on the Tapeta. This is the full sister.
Stakes placed on the turf?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly. She's on the inside here. She looks good doing it. You know, she's a full to Big and Classy, who was a nice horse as well.
Pure Class.
And Pure Class, yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on. These Leblancs, homebreds, they run quite well. She does this nicely. It's not anything that's like super flashy, but the thing is she's running 7 furlongs here today. I don't like the outside post, but I like the outside post when you have Paco Lopez in the saddle.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume they'll bet this horse very, very hard.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not trying to disparage anybody else in here. She looks like she can run, and if, Feedy's going to throw her 50 buyer at her, she's going to laugh at that and run off the screen. Lindsay Smiles underneath for you. This race was a fade race to me, but we can show it. Yeah,
we'll show it just because I think that it's just good to see Fontana de Trevi ran really big here.
Yeah.
Lindsay Smiles, the whole time Lindsay Smiles I felt like was going to be a little bit of a slower developing type of filly, and that's good. You don't want them to max out right away here.
Yeah.
She loved the slop, obviously. I know that the connections were praying for rain and doing the rain dance. Well, I'm sorry you're not going to get that today, but we'll see how she runs. Now, Fontana de Trevi will come into the screen late here, but I think if anything, it was a professional debut for Lindsay Smiles and both Fontana de Trevi.
Yeah, both of them are probably going to like the 7 furlongs a little better today. It's not easy to debut at 7 furlongs, which Classy Chatterbox is going to do today. Steve Screnchy's homebred, the 2 ran well. They bet her on debut. She was 4th in a race that was way better than the La Gioconda race to me.
Yeah, I agreed.
La Gioconda was a Delgado firster, I think, right? Gustavo Delgado firster. All right, late pick 5 kicking off in race number 7 here. Going $170 on the Tapeta. These are $16,000 maiden claimers. The 2-year-olds go at it. It's a clean field of 9, and Samantha's got the late pick 5 ticket.
Yeah, I'm taking some rubber bands off the bankroll today. It's $72 for me. I don't have a single. Hey, it was going to be 108, and then the guys did my maths for me. Thank you, guys. We'll get into this race in just a second. Race 8, as in my tropical turf pick 3. I'm spreading here. I have the 8, take care of business, on top. Race number 9, the 9 on top, always a gentleman for Eddie Pliza. Race 10, I've got the 3 on top, ours for sure. And in race number 11, I have the 6 on top. That's my long shot cruising, a $72 play for me.
Yeah, difficult sequence, and it kicks off with a difficult race. Ooh. To be sure. You could go a lot of different ways. Let's see what you're doing. Okay, you're going with Premiato, and there's 3 of them coming out of that race. Let's bring it up, guys, and I'll let you talk about it. Premiato 2nd, Skull Honor 3rd, Hypervenom 4th.
So I'm curious to see what you had on your notes this day, because I put that the inside paths and the speed was pretty good on the Tapeta this day. And, you know, Hypervenom was glued to the rail the whole time. Premiato, I thought actually ran pretty good, all things considered. I mean, he's just going to go out and run his kind of race, but Skull Honor ran against the track, which I think is significant to note here.
They ran fine. All these horses are players in here, because especially Skull Honor, first time on Tapeta, first time at 2 turns. The same with Hypervenom as well. Hypervenom is probably going to be a very nice overlay in here, because he was 122 to 1 and 52 to 1 in those 2 starts. I put him at 10. The reality of it is he's probably 5 or 6 to 1 against this kind of group. I'm surprised you didn't pick Always True for Jerry O'Dwyer, because he really is dropping in class, and he's got Edgar. His Tapeta race 2 back was just better than these, I think.
It was, and I love the work Jerry O does, and I hope he can get the win. What a good post position too. And when you get Edgar Zayas, that's a great sign.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's clearly the horse to beat in here. You put the 7 in as well. That's Criollo for Antonio Sano's going to drop. This is a drop. When you're running for 35 on the turf, those are real races now. He's dropping for 16, and I would expect him to wake up a lot.
I would think so. This maybe seems like kind of a sneaky horse for Antonio Sano.
That's exactly what I thought so as well, and, you know, you don't want to fall asleep on him, and that's why you've got him in 3rd. Okay, late pick 4 in race number 8. Kicks off with a good one on the turf. It's an optional claimer here for 3-year-olds and up, a full robust field of 12. Let's take a look at my late pick 4. I'm inside and outside here on what I think are the 2 best horses. That doesn't mean they're going to win, but they are the 2 best horses. There's the single in race 9. I was going to make Dreams of My Father my best bet. I opted elsewhere at the last minute, but to me, he's the one in there. And then a 4x5 late double. My long shot is in race 10. It's Gua Capiro, real stab in there. We'll see where the form is today. We'll figure it out. And in race 11 on the turf, good luck there. I want nothing to do with the 5, Franchiui, so we'll go with the 4, Smooth and Easy. Well, that's a fun race to talk about, and I'm looking forward to it. There's horses in there that have been giant odds with quote-unquote big figures against that group, and it's an interesting race. Let's kick it off here in a difficult race to see where you want to go here, and you didn't use either of my 2 horses, so you've got a price with the 8, Take Care of Business, going to try the turf. Well, get back to the turf. Yeah.
Well, you look at his turf races. I print 12. The 13th race, he ran 2nd to New York Thunder on the grass. Now, that was in 2022 of December, so that was some time away. But I like this horse better on the grass, honestly, than I do on the Tapeta. But he's run well on the Tapeta. You're going to get a Misael aboard. He's figured this horse out, because he kind of on the Tapeta would leave himself with too much to do, and that was to his own detriment. But now we're back on the grass here. I think he's going to run a lot better. This is his first time that he's going to face older horses on the grass.
Yeah, he's going to have to be closer early. Yes. That's not going to cut it on the grass with some real horses, but you're right. He's been in very, very good form, and he has run well.
Yeah.
on the turf in the past. I really don't have anything clever. High Limit Room is the 12. The 1 is full disclosure. They're the best 2 horses. It doesn't mean they're going to win this race.
Because of the post.
The post could be a little tricky. The one thing I'll say, though, about High Limit Room is that he's got plenty of speed to work out a trip here.
He does. That's the good sign here is when you get him on the outside. Look, the rails are at 66 feet. It's really tough to close on races like this, but he looks like if he can just get on over, break sharp and get on over, then he might be okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to pass horses, so if he
he needs to be close.
Yeah.
Low percentage rider's gonna. Renzo Rojas hasn't really ridden for Rohan at all, but Rohan does kind of move it around a little bit. So I don't think that's something that's all that noteworthy. Full disclosure's favored. He probably will be. They close their eyes and bet Paco. He's gonna have to show all his guile from down there to work something out.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, and he's one that. Sometimes he breaks, sometimes he doesn't. I don't know what we'll get today.
Another price with 3-0 who's got plenty of speed. 2 for 31.
That's not ideal, but gosh, this horse, he's faced way better on the grass, and now we're finally going to get him to the grass. I know he ran well on the Tapeta last time, but I feel like the grass he's light years better. I don't know.
Why? He's wide open. He's actually 1 for 16 on turf and 1 for 16 on everything else, so he's consistently inconsistent.
There you go.
How about that?
I like it.
Not bad. All right, late pick 3 in race number 9. That's $1. Don't forget now. $50,000 maiden claimers here. The 2-year-olds go at it. We've got a scratch of the 5 Iron Sword. You've got the 9 on top. That's always a gentleman.
Sorry.
Ready, please.
Just had a sneeze.
Oh.
Yep.
Wasn't even paying attention.
That's because I hit it. Always a gentleman. Yeah. This race here is a bit of a puzzle, I feel like, Brian. The race this horse is coming out of, the winner, Big Paradise, was 4th in the Affirmed Stakes.
Yeah.
So that was for Dave Fox, and that horse actually ran on quite well. I like the added distance here. I feel like this is kind of a grinding type of a horse.
You know what bugs me a little bit about this horse? They haven't bet him at all.
No, they haven't.
Edgard rode him last time, but
yeah,
this is the big drop. It might wake him up. We saw yesterday in the form with the Eddie Plisa horse that dropped and got to the main track, blew way up. So we'll see what we get from Always a Gentleman. Dreams of My Father, I think, is just so much the horse to beat. He was 9-2 in an open maiden special weight.
Yeah.
For Manny Riel, who's 1 for 19 on the year.
Somebody knew something that day. It wasn't us. That's
he ran
sure.
okay.
Yeah, he did. And at least he's got a start under his belt.
Yeah.
So
this is a huge drop for him. I'm just going to assume he's going to be too much. We've got a replay, though, to show of Light Forever, Deputy Tremont, and Mully's Moon. Hard to find him because hey, this is a horse. Back him up.
Back him up, yeah. This horse ran exceptionally yesterday.
He did run well.
Yeah, he ran really well. But what you want to see here is Light Forever, who is the 6. He weaves through horses and just kind of shoots off. Now, Deputy Tremont, I don't really like. I do like, and we'll see this. Look at him running on. Boom.
He was my long shot that day. I totally forgot about
that. Oh, that's right. He was, yeah. And I remember telling you, the horse galloped out good, too.
Totally
so you think that the distance is going to really help this extra furlong will help.
Yeah, you're going to get 7 today, and you're going to have to earn it today. You can't just be faster than everybody else and run off like you do and can do at 6 furlongs. Race 10 on the Tapeta here, $25,000 claimers. 3-year-olds are 4 and up, which have never won 2 races. Another real doozy, wide open field. You're going to go with the 3 R's for sure.
Well, I don't like the 3, but I am going to go with the horse. Just playing statistics here with Paco Lopez, Carlos David. They got a nice little victory with Lou yesterday. And if you can get Lou home, then wow. Look, this race is so wide open. They're going to bet this horse, so maybe I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot going down with this horse, but I think he's better than that last race shows, and I'm glad that they're dropping him back in for the 25.
Right. That was off the claim from Safi, so we're going to see if we can get back to that race. My long shot, I hope he's a price. That's the 7 Guacapiro. Big drop. He literally has not run 1 inch in his last 3 starts. He's been ginormous odds. but I'm just going to hope a little drop. He still has some speed, and Amisio's going to get aboard.
Well, and his best races were with Amisio whenever he gunned him out of the gate, so that's a good sign.
Maybe it's just not that hard, and you just pick Sultan the Great, the 5, and he wins his 4th straight. He just drubbed Blue Spearman. He just drubbed ours for sure 2 starts back, and that was when he was with Safi. And so now, looking for 4 in a row for Team Mubarak.
Yeah, I mean, is it that easy? I don't know. This horse is just better right now.
Better than everybody right now, to be sure, and that's why he should go favorite in here. I mean, that's a gang race. Zio Lorenzo's got a bad post off the claim with no speed at all. He's completely lost it his last 2 starts. Bullet Blues is in there. He's a nice price for Leon McCannis. So there are other ways you can go, but they're all. Blue Spearman ran so well off the claim last time for Jose Garofalo, but boy, oh boy, they are all looking up at least the morning line favorite. And race number 11 will wrap it up on the turf. If you need to get out, like we said yesterday, this is your race. My goodness, another absolute head scratcher. What a rainbow today, let alone the late 5 and late 4. These are $35,000 maiden claimers, 3-year-olds and up. It's clean, it's full, it's the 12 of them, 66 feet with the rails, and it's that kind of race because my top 2 picks don't appear in yours, and your top 2 picks don't appear in mine.
No. So Cruising was my long shot last week. It was rained off the grass. They didn't run on the Tapeta. I'm glad they didn't because this horse really wants no part of the Tapeta at all. But now we're going to get to the grass. This horse stretched out well, just has that turf look about him. A very good-looking son of Catalina Cruiser. Jose D'Angelo is not that great with turf runners, but can get him to win. So it's more first-time starters, second-time starters on the grass. But now he's fit now. I like that they've opted out and they waited to run him here. Yeah,
there's so many different ways you can go in here. I mentioned this now. Smooth and Easy with Hugh. Again, big speed figures for this group. He's up at Saratoga, 65, 67 to 1. I don't know if they're going to bet him today. The trainer hasn't won a race, but those are pretty darn good efforts, all things considered.
I know, especially that last effort at 67 to 1 at Saratoga. That's not an easy track to run on at all, and I mean to go play with. And now he's here. Yeah. I don't know how he'll take to it, but we'll see.
Right, and what else we got going on here? The 10 is Remmerton. Yeah, you can no thanks, but he could win.
Yeah, he could. Well, let's look at Franchiucci.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you say about this. I want nothing to do with this horse.
No, I don't either. They're going to bet this horse. Listen, anything over 6 furlongs for trainer Wesley Ward is a route race. This horse debuting, going 2 turns, no thank you. Now, the horse who he's working with on the inside, Idiosyncrasies, was 3rd first time out at Indiana. Franchiucci here, first off, all of Wesley Ward's horses look like they just live inside the feed tub. They're so round and big, but that's just how they look. Look, this horse is, I know it's the dirt, so I don't want to knock him too hard, but yikes to me. I mean, that was a month ago, so maybe I'll be nice a little bit. Look at this, first-time starters on turf. That's a great step, but what are they turf routing? I bet you slice that in half.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with everything you said. It's a gelded son of Noble Mission debuting on November 10th of the 3-year-old season at 2 turns on the turf. That's difficult enough if you're pointing. All systems go. He worked really fast at Palm Beach Downs. He reaches for Paco. Wesley's as good as anybody. They're going to fire on this horse. Doesn't mean you have to. Yeah, exactly. So that's a wrap for us. We'll quickly go to the lightning round, and 11 of them today. What a good one yesterday. Boy, it was good to see Mr. Skylight get back to Gulfstream Park for young trainer Riley Mott and I'm going to say announce his presence as a soon-to-be 4-year-old that can run.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thoughts here. He ran him down. Boy, he looked the part doing so too. He ran huge here, and I am excited to see where they kind of point this horse. This is a nice little one-turn horse, and there are going to be some stakes for him here, so pay attention to that.
I want to give a shout out to Antonio Sano and the team because Di Vieto ran a winning race. He hadn't been out since a long time ago, and it's been a long time for between drinks for him. He ran
big too.
Really big. Yeah. He beat everybody, but the horse that had a big recency edge on him. Future's bright for him as well. TT pick 3.
Yep, it's races 4, 8, and 11 today. 15% takeout, $3 minimum. I'm starting it off with a single. Good luck to you if you're playing today. It is not going to be easy, but it is going to pay great, I think.
Yeah, it always does.
It always does.
Dollar is 15% takeout, $3 minimum.
$3.
Excuse me. Never too early, as we always say. The championship meet will get going on Thanksgiving Day this year. We hope to see you out here November 28th.
Yep, it'll be a lot of fun. Just a few weeks away, and things are gearing up. It's very exciting times.
No doubt. Your best bet today?
My best bet today. Wow, I don't. Oh, Restless Dreamer. Yeah, my single and my Tropical Turf pick 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a little earlier in race number 2 with the 4, and that is Royal Act. And your long shot
in the finale, cruising.
finale.
Yep, for Jose D'Angelo.
I like it. I am one race before that. In race number 10, I go to the 7, Guacaipiro. Darren Gagne is going to have his work cut out talking. I hope he says that many times.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's his last day today. He's done a phenomenal job, as he did last year. Been very impressed as Pete's on vacation. So we'll send it up to him right now. He doesn't have a lot to do, luckily, on a Sunday fun day here at Gulfstream Park.